Hello, everybody.
Might help if I actually put the comments on. I still had the other part of it. I'm like, well, who's here?
Thank you, Irish, and long-haired skinny Ito. Hello, and hi, Lady Blind Wolf. Says
hey, guys. Cool. So who do we have today?
We have Zipar on the Lover's card, my darlings.
And we have Hanael, or Anael, for the Lovers. And this happens to be an archangel. So.
And my day of the week angel, apparently. So.
Mm-hmm. And of course, as you can see, we're starting it off the right way, right?
Our hater blockers.
Exactly. All those people that don't even come in, they just give the thumbs down and then they skate, right?
Yep.
This is for you, my lovelies.
Flows right off the crowns, baby. You really can't hate on divinity anyway.
Exactly. It does you no good.
So with that being said, please take note. I may remove the hater blocker now, but it's still here, and our crowns continue to deflect. So
exactly.
I did want to mention to you guys watching now and possibly watching this back later that starting next week, the Angels and Demons series will be continuing on Fridays. Rochelle, me, and her sister Carla all have an idea for another series starting next Saturday. So we're really excited, and yeah, I hope you guys will join us.
We haven't named it yet, but it'll be something good. Watch for it.
It's cool.
You're gonna like it.
A lot. I just noticed we finished each other's sentences.
Well, when you said a lot, that reminded me of Dumb and Dumber. A lot. What's the soup of the day? What's the soup du jour? The soup of the day. Oh, that sounds good.
Right. All right. So Lady Blind Wolf's still here. And Irish. Cool. All right. Says we got 5. So I guess I will hop right into it. All right. As per usual, I chose a couple people who have worked with this entity, and I will be putting their links into the chat. So, Zipar, and this one's from Black Witch Coven, which I like. I like them. Make sure you guys check this website out, especially if you're into working with entities like this. So they say the demon of seduction lounged in a cushioned chair near the fire and swirled a glass of aged scotch. He stared contemplatively into the flames as the first sip burned a fiery path down his throat. His world was changing. Yet again, both demon and fae drew power from human emotion. But demons had discovered a mighty weapon against the fae. The fae might believe they were winning, but they were wrong. The demons had a new secret: defense in love. And this was in The Demon Seduction by Lisa Alder. But I thought that was neat, and I wanted to read that. So
very cool.
Alrighty, so this would be a day demon and a goetic version we're talking about here, which is also what correlates to the cards we're talking about. Now, this source says that the ruler over Zipar would be Corson, one of the 4 principal kings of power in the Key of Solomon. But I've also seen other sources, which we're going to talk about soon, say that Maimon is the ruler. So its rank is a duke, planet Venus, which is interesting because of the deities that I know the angel is corresponds to. So direction, west, metal, copper, color, green, candle color, black, incense, sandalwood. Legions it commands, 26. Zodiac position, 15 to 19 degrees into Gemini. And then we have June 6th through the 10th. Tarot card, it says 9 of Swords. However, I think the Lovers is quite perfect for this entity, just saying. Plant would be Mandrake. And if you would like the enchant, it is Leon, Ramek, Katya, Zapar. Alrighty, so from the Ars Goetia, Zapar is a great duke, appearing as a soldier, inflaming women with the love of men. And when he is bitten, excuse me, I don't know what's going on in my throat tonight. He changes their, yeah, it's like every time lately.
Mm-hmm.
So he changes their shape until they may enjoy their beloved. He also maketh them barren, and 6 and 20 legions are at his commandment. Zapar incites love and passion between the sexes, and he can cause one to shapeshift. And this is from the Daemonium. The first one was from the Goetia. So let's see what Black Witch has to say about working with this entity. Zapar is not an easy demon to work with for the inexperienced. He's been known to cause some issues for the occultist. I do not recommend Zapar for newcomers. Zapar is another one of these very specific demons. He's humble, cloaked in red, wearing soldier's armor. He's not just a fighter, though. He's also a lover, as his main thing is making women fall in love with men. That's not totally unusual talent among the 72 demons of the Goetia. True, there are a lot of them associated with love, which I'll give you other ones that are here soon. But Zapar takes things a step further. Not only will he make a woman fall in love with the man, he can transform them into other shapes till they have been enjoyed by their lovers. He also makes them barren. Now, on the negative side, he can also make a woman barren, plus cause long-term issues for men who may wish to have committed relationships in the future. I did hear a legend. I was telling Rochelle about this before we went live, that there was an occultist that considered himself not very attractive, and he was in love with this woman like his whole life. And she would never give him the time of day, but he used Zapar for help, and she ended up falling in love with him. But the thing was, he can do that for you. But in this story specifically, it was said that he cannot make lovers conceive, though. So I did want to share that. So other demons that can be associated for love purposes would be Asmodee for breakup relationships or marriages. Amon, Belioth works well for bringing love to women. Dandelion, Eligos, Furfur, Gap causes love or hate. Citri and Yuval, if I pronounce that right, brings love to men. And let me see if there's anything else from here that I want to take. Yes. So not much is out there about Zapar, but he is primarily summoned by male followers to make women fall in love with him. The cost of this love is the women who falls in love in this way will not be able to conceive man's children. It's here as well. So I would take that as you will.
So if you don't want any kids, this would exactly be the one to work with, right?
Yeah. Or like if you're just lusting. Yeah.
Exactly. Hey.
Right. Take out the baby maker, leave the playpen. Oh.
Exactly. Yeah.
To some, this may not seem like a very big deal, but centuries ago, men considered having children to carry on their family name to be of great importance, especially to men in powerful positions or with long family legacies. He can cause people to shapeshift into other forms, usually at the request of the summoner. Ooh, could he like make me Angelina Jolie?
Nah.
But not necessarily in the form that is requested. There's always a catch with these guys. Zapar always appears in red knight's armor. So he's the 16th spirit of Solomon and one of the fallen angels. He is also said to make women attractive to men. Yeah, and it just goes on and on. But I will leave you guys this link in case you want to look on this site anymore as reference. And then I have another one for you from a different one, because you guys know I like to take a couple of different people's reference and talk about them all. So what's up? Well, in my case, it's just 5 minutes out of my life.
I had to put that up there for you. I'm sorry, sweetheart.
Well, I think sex should be liberating and honest and fun and free, no matter how you want to express that, with certain obvious limits. That right there. Hell yes.
Mm-hmm.
You too.
Yeah.
It is. But I don't know. I'm not lacking at all there. So I mean, I feel bad. It's unfortunate.
It is. Yeah.
I heard that they have AIs, though. I don't know how you feel about that.
Oh. Yeah.
Alrighty,
I'd probably just say, go vacuum my floor for me, please. Go do the dishes.
Oh, I love it. That's like that's female porn, right? When men clean.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I told my husband, if you want to turn me on, go put on a little skirt and go vacuum the living room floor and make sure you bend over. You know? Then maybe.
I would my preference. I would want him in a ball gag and a fireman outfit, or maybe like I don't know. You know, yeah. Before we get in some other rabbit hole or topic.
That's just honesty, people. You get a whole bunch of stuff in these series, I tell you.
I know. Like, stick with us. Success never dull. Never dull. Alrighty. So my other source is just a tad different from what we read on Black Witch Coven. So this one, similar but some differences. So let's get into it. We have, I'm trying to find the name of the person, but I don't see the name. So I'll just leave you guys the link to this as well, but I will read it for you. Demon of the Day. So they both agree it is a day entity. August 23rd through September 1st, according to Conley. Alternative dates would be August 24th to September 3rd or June 6th to June 10th. Direction, west. And this one says Tarot Association as 8 of Pentacles. So it's a little different, but kind of similar. Same planet would be Venus, metal copper, element earth under a Maimon. The other one said sometimes air, but like I said, every time you research these things, you're going to get conflicting information from practitioner to practitioner.
Wait till you hear all of the stuff about the angel. It's like point on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Color green, plant mandrake, incense sandalwood, same enchant, and the zodiac is Virgo, where it was Gemini for the other, which, I mean, Gemini you would associate with the lovers in a way, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so, and that's kind of what we're referencing them to today is the card. Alrighty, so yeah. And then I just wanted to show you guys a little bit over here. Let me get this up for a minute.
Did you see what Maria said?
I didn't.
Sorry for being late. I'll stand in the corner for a moment. Housespine said all the cool demons hang out in the corner.
That's true.
Oh, that is a cool looking sigil.
Yes. Yes, I love it. And what's interesting, guys, is I was also telling Rochelle that awkward moment, and this has happened to me a few times, though, with these spirits, until I'm familiarized with who they are and their exact energy after working with them. You're just able to identify that a little better. But sometimes you have these instances where, like this sigil, I've seen it before in my mind while working with Lilith. And oddly enough, I didn't put it together until I did research for this. And also some of this demon's MO, I've had experiences with, like, it is said that this spirit can shapeshift himself into a lover or sometimes be as if he were an incubus, but isn't an incubus. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But yes, this is the seal. Can you guys, is that big enough?
It reminds me of something that you would see like with the Knights Templar, because look at that like cross.
Yeah, that you see that little cross symbol on a majority of these seals and sigils, especially in the Goetia. Yeah. Which is interesting in itself.
Yes, definitely.
So, oh, that's what it was. I got you guys 2 summoning rituals. This is from occultist.net. I don't know. Do with it what you will. It was just something I came across and thought, cool, I'll give it to the people just so they'll have it. So they say Zapar is arguably the most thrilling of demons for anyone with a high libido. Ooh. I like this guy, Rochelle. I like him a lot. First of all, he's a mighty Duke of Hell, commanding 26 legions of demons in hell. He often appears as a man in red cloth and equipped as a soldier. It's funny because I was just picturing that kind of like replace fireman outfit with like red cloth and armor, like Spartacus or something.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. See, this is why y'all can't get me started. So his specialties: love, lust, and sodomy. He's skilled in making women fall in love with the summoner at his request. Are they falling in love or is it BD energy? Okay, I'll stop.
Naughty. There's a whole bunch. See? Did you summon him beforehand?
I told you, man. Sometimes they just be working through you anyway.
Yeah.
If you have a love interest and she's not responding to your flirtations or you haven't approached her yet, Zapar can be a great service. He can also transform the female lover into other pleasant shapes for the enjoyment of the magician. Yo, like, oh, that just gave me an idea. I'm going to make up a ritual.
I was just thinking, call me.
Yeah. Imagine doing this is serious though, guys. Like, imagine creating a sex magic ritual, which I've done before with spirits, but this one that can shapeshift your partner.
And or you. Yeah.
Or me. Now that sounds like a good time.
Exactly. I mean, who doesn't want to bring a little spice to the bedroom, right?
Oh, look,
Yeah.
on top of helping with human lovers, Zapar can conjure a succubus in your dreams. If you enjoy being visited by female demons of questionable morality, REM phase asleep, Zapar can increase the vividness and frequency of these events. If that's true, and these are the demons and angel associated with the day I was born, oh my gosh, like it's so weird and uncanny how my work with like Incubus and
I know.
succubus and stuff like happened, and then I find this guy and I'm like, wow. So
Very interesting.
there are some dangers that they heed against. While Zabar can help you become a Casanova and entrap an otherwise unwilling lover, guys, consent, please. There are some dangers to be aware of. The greatest danger is that the lover you attract via Zabar can become barren. Imagine being deeply in love with a woman and making her fall in love with you with Zabar's assistance. Eventually, the two of you get married, only to find out she can't have any children. The same magically induced barrenness can happen with your one-night flings as well. Magicians working with goetic demons have speculated that the reason for loss of fertility is Zapar's tendency to suck out the female energy through the intercourse between the summoner and the female, which is why he's willing to assist the summoner in the first place.
Oh.
So
isn't that what a succubus does, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and what interests me, wow, it's like so much shit is falling into place right now for me. Like I'm trying to process this. Okay, so remember I just said to you guys, and I didn't read this before we went live. I just saw 2 invocations and was like, cool. When I was working with Lilith, I saw this sigil.
Oh. Okay.
Everything happens for a reason. I may try to continue my work because, of course, there's more I need to know about that, right? And I've told you guys over and over. I don't know it all, and I'm always willing to go further. And I think I might start working with this one here soon. All right, so summoning ritual 1. Let's just get into the rituals. Yeah, it mentions getting into that trance state and all that, but we all should know that, right? If we're thinking about working with demons and angels. Summoning ritual 1, light a sandalwood or mandrake incense. Draw a sigil on a piece of paper. If you're performing the ritual outside, draw it on the ground with a stick in front of you. Draw a circle around the sigil. This is necessary to confine the... No, we don't do that. Maybe I should have looked at this first. I will in the future, duly noted. I don't recommend trying to trap the demon. I'll just say that, okay, guys? I'm not going to tell you how to practice or how to do it. I don't recommend trying to trap them. Use the
more like a partnership kind of thing, right?
Right.
Working with them, not forcing them to do it.
Yeah. And this is the same enchant that I told you guys earlier. As you repeat this in trance-inducing way, close your eyes and feel the energy moving through the air and through your body. If you've done these steps properly, Zapar will arrive and you'll be able to communicate your desires and ask for assistance. And then summoning ritual 2. Oh my gosh. 3 drops of a virgin's blood dripped onto a pentagram. Who?
Yeah.
Who wrote this? 6 candles, 1 on each corner of the star. Make an offering for being summoned. Anything you can't find meaningful can work. Oh, that you find meaningful can work. You know what? Scratch that. Don't use this crap.
You know what it makes me feel like? somebody's
Sorry.
trying to make it seem like it's more like
Yeah.
than what it is.
So next time I will read them before I go ahead on and share them with you guys. I just thought, oh, look, 2 invocations, so I'll read it for them. My carelessness. Please forgive that. But yeah, I'm not going to advocate for like trying to trap these entities, because that's when the worry comes in for me, and the dangers and the lashing out of the spirit and things like that. You know, yeah. And then that second one just sounded like complete crap.
Exactly.
It wasn't so much the whole virgin thing, but it was just all of it was kind of like, really
It just
though?
wasn't sitting right with you.
Yeah. So my bad, guys. But yeah, actually though, I'm thinking about trying this one here really soon. And when I adapt my own invocation for him and attempt to communicate with him, I will do a video about that, so you guys could have one.
That's a good idea.
And it's probably going to be soon, because so much fell in for me with this, that I feel like it's one of those things that I'm going to be called to. It's for a reason, you know, and looking to step up my incubus and succubus stuff and go a bit further with that, learn more about them than what I already know. So, yeah.
I mean, seems like a good time too, considering people are just like locked in their houses, right?
Oh yeah.
What better stuff to do?
Ooh, gender bender. Like, could I do? That's interesting. I would love that.
Yeah.
Such creative people.
So are you ready for the angel, sweetheart? Do you have more stuff?
I don't.
Okay.
Let me. Sorry, I was just looking at some of the comments. Makes you grateful for menopause. Saw the symbol and Zafar. I wonder where he comes from geographically. Don't know, but I am working on something with like where they're located. I don't believe they're all like in hell and burning and torturing people down there. I do believe a lot of them have correlations. Like, for example, Beelzebub's son in is it ep8? Could have that one wrong. But like, for example, they're cursed like Atlas to hold the Milky Way in the sky for all eternity. Or the 7 sisters I just talked about and being related to like Palladian star systems. I find this a reoccurring thing, and in my own opinion, I feel like they're kind of in that realm, the in-between, correlating to all that stuff. So
well, wait till you hear the stuff about this angel. And this was your angel that you were born on, because it was a Friday, right? You were born on a Friday.
Right. And thank you.
So what it says about this particular angel is the planet, the rulership is under Venus. The planet name in Hebrew is NVGH. Hebrew meaning, and that's something along pretty much like all gods and all goddesses and angels and demons are all associated with planets. So there's something to that. The teaching angel is a teaching angel. Aneo is another name, also known as Anani, Ariel, Hamiel, Haniel, Hananel, Haniel, like what we see on the card here. Cananiel, Oniel, and also known as Anael. Celestial title is the Rose Angel. Angel identified traditions would be Jewish and Christian tradition. The Hebrew name is Huga, and the Hebrew letter is Daleth. The Egyptian name would be Osiris and Isis, which to to me is very, because I look at like the Lover's card, yes, that it can be about two lovers, but I also see it as male and female energy coming together in that perfect alchemical union that creates life.
Yes, that's how I see it.
Yes. The station is Archangel and Planetary and Teaching Angel. Now, this is where it starts to get interesting. Ruler of the second heaven, which is Shahaquim, is what it's called. A guardian angel of planet Tarsishim. Greek Roman god of planet would be Aphrodite, Venus, and Cupid. The metal is also brass, well, copper and or brass. The day is Friday. The hours that are associated, or the best hours to use, would be the 1st and the 8th hour of the day, and the 3rd and the 10th hours of the night. The month that is ruled, because each archangel, which I didn't know this, also has a month as well, or angel has a month. This one happens to be June. The fixed stars. Now, you had Virgo and Gemini. Well, according to this, the fixed stars are Taurus, which also have to do with Elgol or Elgoi, Menkar, Capit Med, and Pleiades. And then the fixed stars are also in Libra. And those are the two. You have a lot of Libra also in like your Vedic chart. And that's associated with Arcturus, Spica, Janaya, and Algorab. Days to avoid working with this particular angel would be Saturday because of Cassiel and Uriel. A lot of them, they say, do not work with them on Saturday. So, gems are emerald, turquoise, rose quartz, or lapis lazuli. The gems are dark green or royal blue is the colors. Let's see. Something I found really interesting, and I'm trying to look and see where I could see it again. But it said something about ruler of like the second heaven. But the second heaven is like, meaning after the initial prayers, because Gabriel is the ruler over the first heaven. So then the second heaven. But it also said that the second heaven has paradise. It's also where the Garden of Eden is. And it is also where hell resides, which I thought was interesting. Does that mean that we're talking about, for the first one, the inner earth to begin with? Yeah. Which also just opened up a whole other can of worms. Symbol is the 7-pointed star. Also a tarot card associated with this particular angel is the Empress. Planetary numbers is 6. Talisman sides is 7. Direction ruled is the north. The magical note for this particular angel is A. The angelic thought form is an apple, as in, you know, like the forbidden fruit. Although I don't think that was actually the forbidden fruit. I think there was something else. But also associated with blackberries, black cherry, coconut, cucumbers, fig, gooseberry, pomegranate, strawberry, and tomato. Let's see. Let's go down a little bit further. If you want to... Okay, letter composition for Taurus would be blue ink with white paper, and letter composition for Libra would be red ink and pink paper. So if you're doing like petitions or something like that. Let's see, the planetary spirit is Kedemel. The planetary intelligence is Hagiel. The Olympic spirit is Haggith. And the demon of the day is Bashard.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And it is related also, according to this, with Taurus and Libra. And with air and earth as well. Other related deities would be Akka, Aphrodite, Cupid, Ursula, another one that I cannot pronounce, Est, Semitahi, Freya, Frigg, Ishtar, Isis, Lolita, Sukra, Mother Goddess, and Narthis. So obviously it would be Inanna as well, because Ishtar and Inanna and Isis, they're all one and the same. Or at least I believe they are.
Oh, I do too, absolutely. I call them, the red goddess, because they all fall into, and then you trace it back further and it becomes apparent they're like the same people.
Mm-hmm. It says Aneo, which is translated to joy of God or grace of God, also known as Aniel. He is an angel in Jewish lore and angelology and is often included in lists as being one of the 7 archangels. The name Haniel probably derives from Hebrew Hana, joy and pleasure is what it means. His family seal is a crescent moon with a small dove beneath it. From Hebrew, Hana means delight or enjoyment, plus El, which means God. Haniel means the grace of God. He is listed as one of the archangels. From the Kabbalistic perspective, is thought that this angel escorted Enoch, which is angel Metatron. It says that there is conflicting descriptions of the archangel Aniel. Some believe that the archangel is Aniel is 5'2" tall, with straight light blonde hair, and 1 pair of large cream wings. Others,
I'm the same height.
I know. I thought of that. Others say the androgynous figure has long black hair with large gray wings and is approximately 6 feet tall. Ooh. Some also say that the angel appears as dressed in emerald green tunic and carrying a lantern, and he holds the wand tipped with a pine cone and decorated with multicolored ribbons. I know, the pine cone, right?
We were just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who else used to do that? The Druids, which the She taught the Druids long ago about their beliefs.
And I believe the She and the Anunnaki are the same.
Right.
Moving over. Yeah.
And I believe that a lot of these demons are, in fact, these types of races. Yeah.
Right.
See, yeah. And a lot of people, when I tell them that, or you or I tell them that, I know they're like, huh? Like, how are you? This is how we get it, guys. These little correlations that we find.
Exactly. This is one of the angels of creation, which includes Anael, Orphel, Zachariel, Samael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Michael. Chief of the order of principalities and virtues, ruler of the second heaven, and in charge of prayers ascending from the first heaven. So the first heaven being Gabriel, that's in control of that, and then in charge of the prayers that are ascending from the first heaven. Ascending from the first heaven. Wow. Doesn't that make you think that it's going down?
No, that would be descend, I think. Yeah. Wait.
Ascending. Right. You're right. Yes. Ascending from the first heaven. The second heaven serves as the home of the Garden of Eden. It is also believed that both paradise and hell are contained in the second heaven on the northern side, is what it says. What's that? Oh,
very much so, yes.
Prince of the Archangels and ruler of the Friday Angels. Venus, the jewel of the sky, was once known by ancient astronomers as the morning star and evening star. Early astronomers once thought Venus to be 2 separate bodies. Venus, which is named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty, is veiled by thick, swirling cloud cover. Astronomers refer to Venus as Earth's sister planet. Both are similar in size, mass, density, and volume. Both formed about the same time and condensed out of the same nebula. The astronomical symbol for Venus is a circle above an equal armed cross. The Venus symbol has therefore been adopted to represent femininity, and in Western alchemy stood for the metal copper, which I didn't know copper was considered like the feminine. Copper is my favorite metal. Polished copper was used for the ancients to make mirrors, and thus the symbol for Venus has been interpreted to stand for the mirror of the goddess. Also the patron angel of students, teachers, and learning. And let's see. Magical intentions would be love affairs, friendships, and marriage, all artistic matters, drama, the arts, and beauty. Venus's energies are warm, sensuous, and fulfilling. Efforts that involve any type of pleasure, comfort, and luxury, as well as the arts and music, work well on his day. As Venus lends its sensuous influence to the energies of this day, Friday, use it for any magical work that deals with matters of the heart. Romance, marriage, sexual matters, physical beauty, friendship, strangers, and partners. They're like the same thing. Doesn't it feel like they deal with the exact same things? And it just says that the rulership is love, courtship, marriage, business and personal partnerships, beauty, friendship. The negative aspects are coldness, isolation, and lechery. And then, I don't know if I can show this. This is what it looks like. And I don't know, I don't think I can make that larger.
Oh, it's got the square and all. I like that.
Yeah, and there's the square. And there's the other associations.
Okay.
So that's pretty much all I got.
So I've heard the sun be called the morning star, and I've heard Venus called the morning star. So is that another feminine and masculine aspect, do you think, to these entities, you know?
Maybe.
Got me wondering. But
so this is pretty cool. Hi, sweetie. Sometimes when I work with them, I get the feeling like I'm 17 again, tripping.
Yeah. No, yeah, I know. I get it. Man, it's a trip. See, I agree that they are like, of course, psychological and projection and all of that, but I also know there's a whole nother force or essence too. It almost is like a giant trip and just makes you question your entire existence and sanity working with them. But then you gain a lot better understanding of who you are, who they are, and what you're capable of. And it's amazing. So, besides, wouldn't you rather be tripping all the time?
Yeah.
Well, this one...
I am sure that I have had some experiences with this particular demon and angel from my dreams.
Same. And
it sounds like it.
Yeah, I didn't want to ask you or bring like anything up about your dreams without, talking to you at a time, but I know you've had, interesting experiences too. And I know a lot of people out there say, I've heard other people, other practitioners, or even got comments about how rare these things are, like pertaining to these sexual sleep entities or an incubus or succubus. But do you know how many people?
So.
Either do I. I've heard so many people, especially when I was talking about it, it got everybody talking. Well, you know what? Me too. And I'm going, this isn't as unheard of as we think. A lot of people have experiences with these entities. And
it's funny. I was just telling you about a dream that I had. And I think maybe the difference is also people that don't necessarily remember their dreams or want to remember their dreams. But I am a very avid dreamer. And 9 times out of 10, I remember my dreams. Always have. That's the way it's always been for me. And I had a dream like 2 nights ago that there was this guy and he was like so seductive. There was 2 families and he had shown me, or I took a sneak peek at his book of shadows when he was not looking. And the magic that they had just performed was magic to like kill off all the other people that were performing the other kind of magic in the world. Because according to it, there was two types of magic. And you said that you had just got done watching something about like ceremonial magic versus the other. But this guy was like so seductive. I mean, I just like could not get enough of him. That's why I was like, almost like, yeah, maybe he was like my tempter, because I knew what he had just done was not like good. But I was like, oh, that's okay. You know, it's all right.
Well, that's interesting though. I mean, it very well could be, because like I said, every time in my experiences with my incubus that I would question things or be like, wait, something ain't right here. It would take one look into its eyes and I was in a freaking trance again. Like unbothered.
Can you do that one more time, please?
It was yeah, I was talking about my research with Michael Aquino in the Temple of Set, and I thought this happens to Rochelle and I all the time. I was watching you know, some interviews and stuff, research for the docuseries I'm doing on different people, and he was talking about high levels of like black magic and then lower levels of black ceremonial magic and how he defines it and how it works for him or whatever. And then it was like when she told me about that dream, it's kind of all I could think of. And I was like, wow, isn't that odd? Like we get synchronicities like that all the time. And then we're down another rabbit hole. I can't tell you how many notebooks I have full since you and I have met of things we've put together. And
how many things have been kind of like unlocked in us? Doesn't it seem like that?
Like we accelerated or activated something in each. Yeah. Definitely. So, well, I appreciate everybody that joined us tonight. We actually did really well tonight. Made good time. I mean, usually we're all done and we're like, well, but this opened up a
next week.
My man, which I wished he was on my card. No.
Who's on your devil?
You know what? It's Moloch. But would you mind if, just because Moloch, I will talk about him next week. But would you mind if, while you do the angelic version, if I pulled in some left-hand path or shadow side of Samuel, or do you want to do that too? It's up to you. It
doesn't matter, honey. This is your series. You call the shots.
Yeah.
See how that works, guys? She's cracking that whip.
Yeah, I would love to do that. Yeah. So,
you know, if you want, we can do the whole thing just on Samuel next week, because Samuel is kind of seen as both, right?
Yes.
The right and the left.
Yes. I would actually love that. Definitely.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Fiction. Thank you for stopping by. Well, thank you guys so much. I love you all. And thank you, Hellspine. I appreciate all of you coming and joining us. And we will see you Friday. And remember, next Saturday, we'll have a little something new. And I'll probably see you Monday over on the psychic test. I've got to go backwards. I'm like,
it's confusing. We're backwards.
Alrighty, guys.
Have a good one.